There's good and bad news for young cancer survivors. A new study finds the number of childhood cancer survivors in the U.S. is on the rise, but most of them struggle with health problems. Researchers estimate there are 388,000 childhood cancer survivors in the nation. That's 60,000 more than 2005. About 84% survived at least 5 years after their diagnosis, but 70% were dealing with a mild or moderate chronic condition. And 1/3 of survivors had a disabling or life-threatening illness. If you believe your child suffers from food allergies, there may be a new test for them to take. Early research shows a blood test that may be able to safely predict the severity of food allergies. The blood test counts the number of type of immune cell activated by exposure to a food and then proved to be as accurate as oral testing. Only a small blood sample is needed and it provides quick results. But while the test is promising, it's still only approved for research purposes right now. Researchers are gaining ground on the fight against Alzheimer's. More than 5 million Americans are living with the life-altering disease. Laura Casso reports on what Mayo Clinic researchers found after studying brains for more than 20 years.
Melissa Murray lost her grandma to Alzheimer's disease. She passed while Murray was a graduate student at University of North Florida, studying neuroscience.
She was one of the most important people to me.
It pushed her to find a treatment for the disease that took her grandmother's life. Now she's well on her way, a medical breakthrough.
Specifically at about 1,400 Alzheimer's disease brains that were donated to us to understand either as a tau or amyloid driving cognitive decline.
After years of studying,
it's tau that's driving this relationship.
Tau can be compared to railroad ties that stabilize a train track that brain cells use to transport food, messages, and other vital cargo throughout neurons.
What will happen is those railroad ties will become bulky. They have modifications that causes the train to derail.
The abnormal tau builds up in neurons, which eventually leads to the death of these neurons, aka memory loss. She says targeting tau should be the new focus to find treatments.
On the horizon is this really exciting tau imaging where we'll be able to look inside a person's brain while they're alive to see the accumulation of this protein.
For Murray, her grandmother motivates her to continue studying the disease.
Wow, incredible. Now, the disease reportedly affects 1 in 8 people and is expected to triple by 2050. Still ahead for us tonight, we'll have another look at that beautiful evening weather planner.